I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
75 years ago, hundreds of thousands of young soldiers, sailors, and airmen left these shores in the cause of freedom.
The Queen at a ceremony on BBC in Portsmouth, England, where President Trump read a prayer that then President Roosevelt delivered by radio in 1944, just ahead of the World War II battle on the beaches of Normandy, France.
Some will never return. Embrace these, Father, and receive them.
Soon he'll gather with veterans in their 90s who survived D-Day. President Trump is firm about his plan to impose tariffs on Mexico starting Monday to get that country to do more to stop a surge of Central American migrants coming here. But some of his fellow Republicans oppose that, fearing it'll hurt the U.S. economy, prompting Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer to say,
I believe that he will back off when faced with the opposition among business, among his own Republicans, and when he sees what a dumb movie is made.
Well, the president replied to a tweet early this morning from London, "What a creep," adding Schumer gave Mexico bad advice. He is not bluffing. More than a year after that massacre at a high school in Florida, a sheriff's deputy is now facing charges. Fox's Evan Brown has more live.
Yeah, Dave, Broward County Sheriff's Deputy Scott Peterson, the resource officer at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High, is now charged with child neglect, culpable negligence, and even perjury related to his not advancing into the school building to confront the gunman who killed 17 people.
He is a disgrace to the men and women who serve our country honorably.
Hunter Pollock's sister, Meadow, was one of the victims. Peterson was seen on video hiding behind a concrete wall. He'll be arraigned this morning, Dave.
Now, Evan, 71% in a new Fox poll call gun violence a major problem in America. 47% say stricter laws would make us safer. This is Fox News.
All money managers might seem the same, but while some give their clients cookie-cutter portfolios, Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to your goals and needs. Some only call when they have something to sell. Fisher calls regularly, so you stay informed. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. So if you're in or nearing retirement, talk with us and find out why investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments. Clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
Hours before President Trump took part in that D-Day ceremony, he fired off a bunch of other tweets with familiar themes. The media is corrupt, investigations into him are a witch hunt, and he wrote he keeps hearing about massive rallies against him in the UK, but the president wrote those were organized flops. The big crowds were in support of him. And one of his supporters took action, popping that giant Trump baby balloon.
People protesting President Trump's visit to London were tending to the balloon when a woman stepped up to it. Video from the Sun tabloid shows that woman piercing the balloon.
The President of the United States is the best president ever.
Then she seemed to taunt the protesters.
Donald Trump's balloon is not very well.
The video then shows officers confronting the woman.
I'm not dangerous. Look at the police. The police are coming after me. Stop it.
The Trump protesters carrying the balloon attributed the woman's actions to what they call her far-right inclinations. Rob Dawson, Fox News.
Beverly Hills, California is taking a stand against tobacco. The first city to ban the sales of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, cigars, and other tobacco products starting in 2021. Hotels are exempt, so are cigar lounges. Another city in California is making a drug legal.
It's no longer a crime to have magic mushrooms in Oakland, California. City council members voted yesterday to decriminalize the substance, making the investigation and arrest of adults who grow, possess, or distribute it one of the lowest priorities for police. No city funds can be used to enforce laws criminalizing magic mushrooms, and the DA there will stop prosecuting people who have already been charged for use or possession. Magic mushrooms would remain illegal under both federal and California state laws. Denver voters approved a similar measure in May. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise again. Dow futures are up over 100 the morning after a 512-point gain. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Hey, good Wednesday morning. I'm Stevie J. Diane Ducey has the weather in a moment. Local news now brought to you by Rhonda Lash. loan officer with CIBM Mortgage. Rhonda and her team at CIBM Mortgage wants to make the home buying process easy. Get pre-approved today. Call Rhonda 390-9310 or email rhonda.lash@cibmmortgage.com. Here's Jamie Monticelli.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Construction costs for school projects are over budget. WCIA says the estimate for the school referendum is up by at least $27.5 million. School leaders say taxpayers won't have to cover that overage. They are looking at other money to cover it. School leaders say there are so many construction projects happening at one time in the area, so it's a tough climate for presenting bids. The cost for Edison Middle School project has gone up by $10.1 million. Central High School is up by $9.2 million, and the cost for Centennial High School is up by $8.2 million. If you felt like we were really getting a lot of rain last month, records show you were right. State climate experts say Illinois had the third wettest May on record. Preliminary average statewide precipitation during May was 8.4 inches. That's 3.8 inches above the long-term average. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Hi, it's Rhonda Lash, loan officer with CIBM Bank. We know some of you are exploring, and we know some of you are expecting, and some looking to retire. From your first house, one big enough for all the kids, to that warm vacation escape. So that's why we want to make it easy and lend you the money that you need. So come see me, Rhonda Lash, at CIBM Bank.
Upgrading or buying? Email rhonda.lash@cibmmortgage.com or call 390-9310. NMLS number 1772943.
Here's your weather. Brought to you by the Blossom Basket. Floors from simple to simply magnificent. With 2 locations, Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham, and Urbana, 367 Rose, or blossombasket.com. Good morning, Diane Ducey.
Good morning, Stevie. We're up to 88 today, 65 our low into the evening. We've got a chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially late. Otherwise, partly cloudy. Mostly cloudy for tomorrow with a high 85, low 65. We've got some morning clouds and afternoon sunshine in the forecast for Friday with a high 83. 83 the high over the weekend, but a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms again. We're at 71 on ESPN 93.5.
Well, we had a fun time at Mike Ditka's restaurant last night for the triplets' birthday. We were there from about 6 to 8, and it was easy. We did valet parking. You pull up right on Chestnut Street, right down the road from the Water Tower place in downtown Chicago. And Coach and Diana were there. We had just a wonderful visit with them. Coach is looking pretty good. I think 79. Is that how old Coach Ditka is now? But I'm telling you, the food at Coach Ditka's restaurant is ridiculous. We had the pot roast nachos. I've tried making that at home. I can't get her done. Wedge salad, delicious. Garlic mashed potatoes. Come on, man. Paddle steak, medium rare. And then sugar busted last night. I had a few bites of dessert. Banana cream pie. Some sort of grasshopper thingy with ice cream and... yeah. Anyway, it was fantastic. And thank you to Coach Mike and Diana Ditka for having us last night at the restaurant. But it was wonderful. We had a great celebration. Got back about 1 in the morning. No worries.
Okay, then.
We are ready to go. But I'm telling you, my favorite restaurant in Chicago, Mike Ditka's by...
Sure.
That paddle steak is ridiculous. But Coach is doing well. We had a good chat. We talked about a lot of things. And kids love being with him as well. That's what they want to do. We celebrated Janet's 50th there a few years ago. Anyway, Coach Mike Ditka and Brother Johnny on Friday this week. Republican and Democrat. See, it's editor-in-chief of the New York Analysis of Policy and Government. Served in both Republican and Democratic administrations on state and local levels. My friend Frank V. Vernuccio Jr., New York City. How are you, my friend?
Stevie J, it is great to be with you again.
Good to have you back. There is so much going on. The president's visit to Great Britain, D-Day celebrations, which actually is tomorrow, the landing at Normandy Beach, among others. Let's touch on the tariffs in Mexico. Frank, what's your take on that play to try and stop the flood of immigrants?
Well, the president is looking, I think, particularly at the financial aspect of illegal immigration. According to most studies, the total cost at the state, local, and federal level of illegal immigration is $134.9 billion each and every year. That's a lot of money for the American taxpayers to shell out. 51% of immigrants need huge amounts of federal assistance. At a rate of 100,000 immigrants coming in per month, that certainly is a crisis. Both Democrats and Republicans now recognize that. The president is striving to find some kind of solution to it. Mexico, over the past couple of months of President Obrador's administration, has actually made it easier for illegal immigrants to come into the United States. That's what the president is getting tough on.
No. Okay. And again, it does not appear Democrats are being very proactive to help with this. Is that all political? Why wouldn't you? I mean, you can go back and find tape of any major Democrat saying we can't allow all this to go on at the border, and 10 years later, it's just ruthless to ask for paperwork and to do a processing system on the South.
Well, that's right, and it all has to do with electoral politics. The Democrats have made two very significant calculations. One is that the growing Latino population of our citizenry will take offense at the president's action. In that, they may be mistaken. The other, and this one is perhaps even more cynical, is that in a number of jurisdictions, illegal immigrants are actually illegally voting. And that's a direct appeal to those illegal immigrants. We also know that new immigrants to the country, legal or illegal, do tend to vote Democrat for the first generation or so. So the Democrats don't necessarily see illegal immigration so much as a crisis as they do an opportunity.
Okay. Well, how does this play out, Frank? What do you see for 2020?
Well, I see President Obrador of Mexico, because this is such a significant threat to his economy, will probably come to some kind of compromise with the White House. If, in fact, he does, and I expect it will, it'll be a significant boost to President Trump's chances in the 2020 election.
What about China? Why does China have to do anything if they think he'll get voted out in 2020?
Stevie, you come up with the exact right equation. Everyone realizes that China's unfair trade practices, its intellectual property theft, and its espionage is a major threat, not just to the United States, but to the West as a whole. But what they see is that the temporary and minor price increases that could come with a trade conflict with China will be enough to push more people away from President Trump and into the Democrat camp in 2020. The Chinese, are definitely banking on that as a way of preventing President Trump and Congress from taking strict measures against China.
I'm not thinking anything's going to happen there, because I think they're going to play the slow game, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, remember, President Xi of China doesn't have to worry very much about an election. Obviously, there are no elections.
No.
So he believes that imposing some slight pain on the United States will be enough to knock Trump out of office, and we'll get another president like all of the predecessors to Donald Trump, who simply did nothing about China's unfair practices.
Frank, how do people find and read your stuff?
Thanks for asking, Stevie J. I'm at usagovpolicy.com.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks so much.
Look forward to our next conversation.
You betcha. Frank V. Vernuccio. He's live in New York City this morning at 7:14. You can always text us, 359-2255, 359-2255. D-Day is tomorrow. We had the privilege, I guess it's been 10 years. Has it been 10 years since we went to Normandy? I think so. We took a private van with John and Sharon Buckert, and we took that drive up to Normandy Beach. And it was off the beaten path a little bit far from where the cruise ship had docked. And so we made it up there, and it was just stunningly memorable and moving. I could never really see a bluff again and not think of the boys in that first wave. 9 out of 10 died as they tried to break the wall in Nazi Germany. And we were there with a fabulous French guide who spoke so wonderfully of the Americans. And then we saw the cemetery, and the cemetery's, moments kind of shattered by the building of a huge stage. Barack Obama was to visit just days later.
Oh.
So I went up where the president would be speaking from and looked out on all the tombstones. at that cemetery just near Normandy Beach, where a whole lot of Americans are buried. It's very, very moving and so worth the trip. On June 6, 1944, everything changed. 75th anniversary. Dwight David Eisenhower was in charge of hundreds of thousands, ready to make the move, and the weather was bad.
Right.
And at 3:30 in the morning or thereabout, General Eisenhower said, let's go.
Uh-huh.
And because of the weather, some of our entry into that beach were blown off course, but they were in spots where they weren't protected as well. So that was kind of a blessing in disguise to break part of the wall on the Germans. And there was these huge guns and armaments that were kind of pointed across each other. And we asked about that, and they said with the crossfire, it was very difficult to avoid bullets. And those young boys that came on shore that morning of June 6, 1944, extraordinarily brave. And I think Saving Private Ryan opening scene is about as gut-wrenching as can be in any kind of war movie.
So much bloodshed.
Well, it just was what it was. 90% died on that first wave. But it's historic because it was a turning point in the war. 1944, 75 years ago tomorrow. Okay, let's jump to our morning sports. ESPN 93.5. Diane Ducey with our sports headlines.
Cincinnati beat the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1 yesterday. We've got a game at 7:15 starting here on ESPN 93.5. Your home for the St. Louis Cardinals. Right now we have your Redbird recap.
Well, the game last night at Busch Stadium started off on the right foot, didn't it?
It did, with Matt Carpenter hitting a home run, leading off a game for the 24th time, clearing the fence. And from there, the Cardinals had nothing but zeros the rest of the way as they couldn't solve Luis Castillo. 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. He struck out 8 and walked 4. Got away with 4 walks. Amir Garrett worked a scoreless 7th. David Hernandez a scoreless 8th. Raisel Iglesias picked up his 12th save as Castillo went to 6-1. Iglesias retired the Cardinals 1 hit, 2 strikeouts in the 9th. And the Reds and Cardinals are 3-3 against each other in 2019.
We'll try it again tonight as Dakota Hudson gets the ball. He'll start for the Cardinals, and our pregame show for you is at 6:20 as Hudson will try to pick up his 5th win of the season. The Reds won it last night 4-1. Castillo, who's now 6-1.
This season, take in a Cardinals game like an MVP. All-inclusive tickets are on sale now and feature a full buffet, complimentary bar, plus a great view of the game with lots of great areas to choose from, like the UMB Champions Club, Proficient Red Jacket Club, Coca-Cola Scoreboard Patio, and more. There's something for every budget. Leave your wallet at home and get your 2019 all-inclusive tickets now at cardinals.com/all-inclusive. St. Louis Cardinals, time to fly.
Cubs over the Rockies. That final was 6-3. Javier Baez with a hot bat.
See if Javi can go to right center here. He's going to get some pitches up and out over the plate. He goes to right center, you may end up having one land in the bleachers.
Rizzo being held on by Murphy. The pitch. This one is hit to deep center field. It's gone! A long home run to straightaway center field by Javier Baez. Cubs lead 5-2 on the 2-run shot by the Magic Man.
Pretty good on Ron Coomer to make the call, and then it happened. He said it'd be neat for him to power out to right center there.
Yeah, blew it out of there. Yep.
Exactly. Chicago White Sox over Washington. That final was 9-5. They've got a day game today at 12:05. And Michael Massey, congratulations. 4th round in the MLB draft.
That's Christian, my son Christian's really good friend, Michael Massey. Very happy, very active in Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Nice.
And that's a $533,000.
But he has another year of eligibility.
Yeah, he's going. He's leaving.
Okay.
Weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems, your local copier printer specialist in Champaign-Urbana for the past 35 years. WattsCopy.com.
He has until July 15th to decide.
He's flying out in 2 days.
Okay. I-88. He's not to 65. I'm just crossing my fingers that he stays and plays for the Illini. A 90% chance of precipitation. Clouds tomorrow with a high 85 down to 64. Right. 83 the high on Friday. 71 now.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Rob Meyer, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Rob, Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. It's 7:20.
From the Fox Business Network, market watchers say Tuesday's rally on Wall Street is a sign investors are expecting the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates 3 times by January. The prediction comes from the CME Group's Fed Watch tool. Fed Chair Jerome Powell indicated yesterday the Fed will take action if necessary. Not everyone agrees that interest rate cuts will be necessary. Louis Alexander, chief U.S. economist at Nomura, says, I don't have a recession in my outlook. I don't think the data supports that. However, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers says it will be a grave error if the Fed moves slowly on rate cuts. G3, the parent company of Calvin Klein, is reporting a disappointing quarter. Its brands also include Tommy Hilfiger and DKNY. Salesforce.com reported a strong spring quarter and now is raising its forecast for the year. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Tucker Carlson. There's just so much barking and noise and yelling. Our role is to take 3 steps back and discern what really matters. Sean Hannity. The most important thing that we do, we are looking out for the forgotten men and women in this country. Laura Ingraham.
They're going to get a straight shooter, no holds barred. I'm not going to cut people slack.
Fox is the one place where dissent is allowed.
We have voices. We won't be silent.
Who controls my voice? Nobody.
Fox News Channel. Real news, real honest opinion.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. In 1865, my great-great-grandfather, Robert Blaine Coulter, came to Central Illinois with dreams of growing plants for a living. 5 generations and 144 years later, I'm proud to say we're still growing plants for Central Illinois. We're still a business where you can come out to the store and see the faces you've seen for decades, where you know the employees by name. If you had our landscape crew come out 20 years ago to build your patio or plant your trees, those are the same exact guys coming out today. If you want to find out more about our history, our people, and especially our plants, you can go to countryarbors.com. I'm Shane from Country Arbors Nursery, and have a nice day.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi Electric Diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling System can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampagne.com, click on the type of vehicle you're interested in, and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampagne.com. For over 80 years, Durst Cycle has been serving Champaign-Urbana with the best information, service, and product. Durst Cycle in Champaign and Urbana.
They just walked up to me, and I told them what I was going, and they knew the ride that I was doing. It's actually a popular ride across the state of Iowa. I was needing something that would basically hold up for about 500 miles over like a week period, and I was really happy with what I got there.
Durst Cycle and Fitness on Madison Champaign and on West University in Urbana.
I say Scotty's. You say Brew House. Scotty's.
Brew House.
Scotty's.
Brew House.
I say 32. You say draft beers. 32.
Draft beers.
I say live. You say sports. Live.
Sports.
Scotty's Brewhouse will always give you something to cheer about. They've got over 30 draft beers and TVs as far as the eye can see. Go ahead and punch in Scotty's Brewhouse on Neal Street in Champaign into your GPS for your slice of sports heaven.
Well, CMIClean.com, Chemical Maintenance Incorporated on Bloomington Road in Champaign, your number one janitorial supply place. They're so good. Locally owned and operated by Betsy and Brad Parks. They're your industrial equipment experts. Visit them online. Learn more. CMIClean.com. CMIClean.com or call them 359-6262 for CMI Clean. CMIClean.com for Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. Well, one other thing about that visit to Normandy. Coming back to the ship, which I had mentioned a little off the beaten track of where the ship had docked.
Okay.
We got mixed up in a French dairy strike, and they blocked the interstates with their tractors.
Oh.
And even the on-ramp, which we tried to back off of the on-ramp, they gated it so you couldn't leave.
Oh, wow.
You were going to participate in their strike, So I called the ship and said, we're a little late. And they said, Mr. Khatchatourian, when will you be here? I said, well, I don't know. I think it'll be pretty soon. The driver said, it'll be over an hour. And I said, it'll be about 40 minutes.
Right.
I'm sorry, we have to leave.
Oh, no.
So we had a mini adventure trying to find our way back to the group in Paris, and we had to take a train the next morning. And
I see.
Nobody spoke a lick of French, and so we were all, kids were about, I think, 10, 12 years old, and Nathaniel might have been 15. Anyway, so we had to sit in separate seats because we didn't buy a reserved ticket, so we kept getting bumped, so the kids had to sit with strangers. And I was sat by a special, like a SEAL from the British Navy or whatever it was. Oh. And I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Okay.
It was so Cockney. I'll go see my father. Got butt there. Got the all cat. What are you saying? Are you speaking English?
Okay.
But no, I tell you, it was, Bayou is where we stayed. We found the Lion's Inn, I think it was. And in there, it had pictures of Dwight Eisenhower visiting after the war.
Okay.
Very historic place. It was magnificent. We had all kinds of great
that's
food.
Kind of a fun tangent that you went on.
Well, we were a little nervous because we had to make our way to Paris on the train, and then we had to find our bus. They said the bus will be at the Eiffel Tower. And when we got to the Eiffel Tower, I looked out, and there were 5,000 buses.
How many buses?
5,000.
Right. Wow.
It was buses lined up everywhere because it was in the peak of tour season.
Oh, my goodness.
So I hugged the wheel when we found ours.
There you go.
And I felt like a baby bird with my mouth open because we hadn't eaten in a day.
Oh, my goodness.
Because we were too cheap, didn't want to spend the money. All right, we have a new commissioner of the Big Ten. Jim Delaney had been there for a million years.
30.
And so the new guy is
Kevin Warren. He's 55,
all right,
and he'd been in the NFL 21 years, the last 14 with the Vikings. But first black commissioner of a Power 5 conference, so he'll take over January 1st, 2020. When he was 12, he was struck by a car while riding his bike and broke his femur in a body cast for 6 months.
Ooh.
Doctors told him he might not be able to play sports, and he asked what could help in my recovery. Doctors told him to swim. So his parents' home in Phoenix didn't have a pool, but when they got the insurance settlement from the driver of the car, they built it with the $30,000 that they got. And he's very grateful for his life and being able to recover. Sports Business Journal in February did an interview, and he said, I'm not supposed to be here. So he's just got an interesting perspective on life because of that life incident. When he was 12, Warren and his wife Greta have a daughter, Perry, and a son, Powers, who plays football for Mississippi State.
Okay, then. New commissioner of the Big Ten will take over end of the year?
January 1st.
Yeah.
So Jim Delaney there until 2020.
Well, that guy
give him a call. I got that business card
there
from
you go.
him at the office
buddy
in Urbana.
Jim Delaney. I don't think this fellow's going to be there 30 years because he's already 55.
That's right.
Probably a good solid 10 years of service or so.
But when you think of the Big Ten commissioners, I should look this up. There's only been like 6 of them or something because Jim was at the post for 30 years.
Before him might have been Wayne Duke, who's the name I remember back in the 70s and 80s. So, all right, we'll be right back. Our buddy Ed Martin live from St. Louis with Phyllis Schlafly. That'll be coming up next. It's Wednesday, June 5, ESPN 93.5 at 7:29.
My name is Brandon. I am a manager of tire sales at Firestone Complete Auto Care. When you come here to get service, we're going to take care of your car. Because you take care of your car is going to take care of you.
Come in for the Firestone Complete Auto Care Epic Sales Event and save $100 when you spend $500 or more. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Valid June 6th through June 9th. The exclusions apply. Not be combined with other offers. Additional fees may apply where lawful. See store for details.
Very happy and honored to welcome in our studio. He's a detective. He's Sergeant Dave Griffith with Champaign. Great having you. It's 3 decades of work in this area of law enforcement. Why?
Growing up, that's what I wanted to do, and to get me on that path, I served in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and when I got out, I began seeking law enforcement jobs, and I was fortunate within a year and a half of that to get a job at the sheriff's office where I worked for 6 years, and going on 24, I've been to the city of Champaign.
Probably hit, Dave Madigan?
Actually, Joe Brown was the sheriff when I first got hired.
And then Dave Madigan. And Dan Walsh.
Dan was there, but I was already gone.
Okay. So Dave Griffith is now with Champaign, a special task force?
Supervisor of the Street Crimes Task Force.
What does that mean?
So the Street Crimes Task Force was created by the chiefs in the area. That it consists of officers from the Urbana, University of Illinois Police Department, and Champaign County Sheriff's Office, along with the Champaign police officers.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump is among the world leaders in Portsmouth, England, for a ceremony marking 75 years since the Allied D-Day invasion of France during World War II. He read from President Roosevelt's prayer broadcast on the radio.
By thy grace and by the righteous of our cause, our sons will triumph.
The president there in a program produced by the BBC. There's some Republican resistance to the tariffs President Trump plans to impose on Mexican imports over illegal immigration.
Senator Rob Portman says the tariffs could hurt a renegotiated trade deal with Mexico.
Right on the cusp of a great success, the president's top legislative priority, I'm told. And I'm afraid it might derail it both here but also in Mexico.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham supports the president, saying if tariffs are what it takes to stop the flow of migrants, he's all for them.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in Washington. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A fire badly damaged a home in Champaign yesterday afternoon. The fire started at the home on Foxwell Court. 2 people and a dog were inside when the fire started, but they're okay. WCIA says you could see the fire from blocks away. The fire started in the garage of the first home. It spread to the home next door, and a woman inside that home got out okay, too. Investigators are working to figure out exactly how that fire started. A scam warning from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. The News-Gazette says Sheriff Joshua Blackwell said a woman reported taking a call from a man who identified himself as Deputy Toby Marshall from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and said there was a warrant out for her arrest. The caller ID indicated the call did come from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and she was told to call another number to pay an amount with a direct transfer of money of $6,000 or she'd be arrested. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Don't miss the Horizon RC Fest, June 7th through the 9th at Eli Field in Monticello. Horizon RC Fest is a hands-on remote control celebration for the entire family. See fireworks, the Grave Digger monster truck, RCs flying through the ring of fire, drone racing product demonstrations, giveaways, and more. Admission is free, so bring the entire family. All the details are online now at HorizonRCFest.com. You'll also be able to get hands-on with all kinds of RC vehicles and aircraft, vendors, and a hobby retailer on site. And it's all brought to you by Horizon Hobby. Bring the whole family because spectator admission is free.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. As independent financial advisors, we can help ensure you're following a strategy that makes sense, no matter what the market is doing. Take control of your financial life with a complimentary consultation. We will help create a plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign, or call 217-366-3456, or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Yeah, I think we're leaning toward the Civic hatchback and about ready to get that going here with Honda BMW. DriveChampaign.com. We have a Civic now, 3-year lease running out and ready to make the switch with that hatchback. I mean, the mileage on the road is going to be 40. That's just a lot. And it's really a cool-looking vehicle. Those Honda Civics, I think, are terrific. CR-V is awesome. You've driven the Pilot and the
Passport.
Wonderful vehicles.
Love it.
The Odysseys are really, really great. That's what we took out to Canada. And it's just rides so well, and they just are so well equipped.
Mm-hmm.
DriveChampaign.com is how you get started. They're off Neal at Burwash in Savoy. If you want to go in for a test drive, go see my friend Ben Quattrone and Christian Wallace and your guy Tommy.
That's right.
Craig Fanning, all the good people. Kenny over on the Beamer side, Dale on the pre-owned. Anyway, It's a good place. It's Honda BMW, an award-winning dealership right there off Neal at Burwash in Savoy. Today's weather brought to you by Gerber Collision. When do you get it to Gerber? When you back into someone who's backing out, that's when you get it to Gerber. Locations throughout central Illinois. GerberCollision.com or call 8777-GERBER to find your nearest Gerber location.
Some clouds today. Humidity's high, bringing on the chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially later. We've got a high 88 expected today, 65 our low tonight, up to 85 tomorrow with the clouds, a slight chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm, 64 our low in the evening. On Friday, we have morning clouds, 20% chance of rain, high 83, low 63. Should have sunshine by the afternoon and into Saturday where there's a high 83. Right now, the temperature is at 71. ESPN 93.5.
Our friend Ed Martin from St. Louis coming up next.
During warm weather, you need your AC to keep you cool. See your local CarX man right now for an air conditioning performance check starting at $29.99. At CarX Tire and Auto, we can handle everything your car needs from maintenance to repair and can get your air conditioning running perfectly just in time for summer. So don't sweat it. See your CarX man for his $29.99 air conditioning performance check. Visit one of our 12 CarX locations in Central Illinois, including Champaign and Danville.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
The St. Jude Champaign to Peoria Run is coming up on August 2nd and 3rd, and we need your help. Sign up to participate as a runner for this incredible 103-mile trip from downtown Champaign to the Peoria Civic Center. Get involved in this relay-style run by running 1 mile, 5 miles, or even 30 miles. All proceeds from the run benefits research on children's catastrophic diseases. Sign up today at custjuderun.org or email custjuderuns@gmail.com for more information.
Stand by for another opportunity in our partnerships. We have the University of Illinois Community Credit Union. I'm handing $100 bills out. Stand by. President of the Eagle Forum Education and Legal Defense Fund, our friend Ed Martin. Well, that was fun over the weekend, but as expected, flat last night. And just when they got down 4-1, Ed, I just don't think this team comes back. I just never felt it at all.
Well, I have to say, I can't think of anything except hockey right now. I'm being honest with you. The St. Louis Blues have made us believers here now, and we're going wild. So I agree with you, though. The Cardinals are making me a little crazy. I'm in that period of the season where I wish it was. I think they'll get stronger. I think they've got a chemistry there going, but it just makes me nervous right now.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because they're not consistent. Maybe Dallas Keuchel will help them. I heard they're having talks with Dallas Keuchel, the lefty from Houston. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I believe it when I see it, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, it costs a little money. Okay.
That's right.
Issue 1. The president's visit seems to be going quite well, as expected. Every network but Fox is talking about the protests.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think there's a couple things, a couple observations. One is this president, he wasn't raised on reality TV, but he became a star there. He knows how to fill a room. If you see the pictures of him, he knows how to be deferential to the Queen, and he understands the space he's in so well, and so does Mrs. Trump. And I was reflecting, Stevie J, as you know, I worked for the late Phyllis Schlafly for many years, and when Donald Trump met Phyllis Schlafly, I was with her the first time, and it was in the Peabody Opera House in downtown St. Louis. And he was so deferential. He was so respectful. He listened to what she was saying. He actually took a note on what she said. This guy is, at that level, these are very capable guys on town, men and women, the level there. These are big league ball players there. So this visit to London so far, he's pulled it off, right? He looks great. He sounds great. He hasn't caused any fighting with the mayor of London a little bit is just because he can't resist. But I think it's been successful. And I know from somebody in the White House who's a pal of mine, that the speech he gives, I think it's today, maybe it is in the morning tomorrow, at the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion, is a big deal to this president. That speech, I think Reagan gave a big speech at the anniversary of D-Day, the boys of Pontahook, and so that will be a big speech. I think the president's settled into this way of being president pretty well.
Well, unfortunately, as I think is different today, it doesn't matter what this president does. For some, he's a monster. He's a Nazi. I mean, it's ridiculous. He can't do anything. He could say, open borders, everybody's in, it doesn't matter. And the Democrats would call it irresponsible. You can't win. Well,
that's right, except that I think the deception here is that 30% of the country are never going to be for the president, but the rest of the country is either for him or taking a look. And and the economy's getting better, and people see him. I think they're seeing him in a different light. You mentioned one thing. I don't think he gets enough credit for this First Step Act. You know, with hardcore conservatives like I am, we got nervous when he said he's going to do criminal justice reform because that sounds like a liberal program. Well, it's kind of liberal, but it looks like more than anything, it's helped a lot of minority folks, disproportionately at least, who were in prison for 50 years for driving a car in a drug deal, things like that.
Yeah.
And that's different. It's almost like Nixon goes to China. A liberal Democrat couldn't do it because the conservatives would jump all over, but a Trump can pull it off. Same thing with tariffs on Mexico. You say, well, how can you do that? Well, if a Democrat done it, you probably would have had all the Republicans saying it's bad economics.
Right.
But the Republican did it, and that's what's happening.
Okay. So what do you think on the impeachment? Can the Democrats possibly resist? Can Nancy Pelosi, who actually feels like the adult in the room on politics from the standpoint of this is going to hurt them down the road, can she stave off the AOCs of the world?
Yeah, Stevie J, you just made the point earlier that no matter what the president does, he gets grief. And part of that is because the business model of the news now, CNN and everybody else, is to, as I've said before, they want to cover a train wreck. And if they can't find a train wreck, they seem to want to cause a train wreck. The Trump train wreck is what they want to cause. So now Nancy Pelosi is buffeted by the news cycle where the news is demanding it as much as AOC. And so, again, to your point, they attack the president, but what they're also doing is setting up, I don't know how she resists it. And if she does resist it, there's an article in The Hill, the magazine up on Capitol Hill, by, and I'll mispronounce his name, Cenk Uygur. He started the Young Turks, which is a TV network online, YouTube, that's got far left. He's an AOC advocate, helped her start. He wrote and said, the media's not progressive enough. They're helping Joe Biden succeed. They're covering up, and we're mad about it. Now, so my point here is that Nancy Pelosi is getting buffeted by a civil war in her own party between the left and, I guess, the more moderates. And I don't know how she's going to handle it with the cable news and TV and resist the pressure. And if she does she end up with a whole bunch of her people sort of disgruntled and saying, well, I'm not going to be energetic? That's the problem with elections. You need energy on your side, and you can't be fighting amongst yourself.
And I still don't know who they're going to rally around. I don't think, as you have said for all along, I don't think Joe Biden's going to make it. It's just he's not left enough.
Yes, and he's already, you see the inklings of it. He's in the witness protection program by design. He doesn't actually do any mainstream interviews or the big events that you'd expect him to do. And yet he's now being accused, his climate plan rolled out yesterday. There's plagiarism charges, which looks like somebody cut and paste from something else. But, of course, he's had plagiarism charges 30 years ago. So they're starting to pick him apart once he comes out of in the park, I think.
Ed Martin, you the man. How do people connect with you?
Our website for my work is phyllisschlafly.com, phyllisschlafly.com, but you can find me on Twitter at EagleEdMartin, and people can email me directly, ed at phyllisschlafly.com.
Always a pleasure. Talk to you next week.
All right, thank you, Stevie J.
President of the Eagle Forum Education and Legal Defense Fund, Ed Martin with Phyllis Schlafly. 743 ESPN 93.5. Ladies and gentlemen, a chance for you to win money right now.
What?
University of Illinois Community Credit Union, if you are a new person, you've not opened an account with them, you have no inkling, a connection at all with UICCU, I'm giving you $100 to open a checking account.
Nice.
But you can't be an account holder already. This is for new folks.
Gotcha.
You'll be required to go in and talk with Jade and sit down and go through the process. Probably be 15, 20 minutes.
Alrighty.
I'm giving you $100 to seed your checking account.
I love it. 2
stipulations. You must do this within the next 7 days and tell me what you thought of the experience. That's it. If you'll do that for $100, good for you. All you have to do is text in money. MONEY.
Alrighty.
359-2255. $100 bills flying out of the sky. I'll do 10 of these this morning. 359-225. I'm paying for this. This is me.
Phone.
Text it in.
Maybe I should.
Congratulations to Diane D. from Tolono.
That's awesome.
359-2255. Text in the word money. And I just might give you some.
Sounds good.
All right. 359-2255. Money. MONEY. Anybody?
Yes. 359-2255.
Text in right now. We'll connect with you after 9 this morning. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, family owned and operated, been in business for 42 years, but all they do is appliances. They focus on knowing their product, and that's what they do. The largest independent appliance dealer in Central Illinois, meaning they can carry them all. Electrolux, Maytag, Bosch, Frigidaire, GE, Whirlpool, and more. Low prices, best selection. The folks that talk to you on the floor, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World on Neal in Champaign, North Neal, they know their product. Plus, when you buy from them, or when you buy from us, as they say, you receive a free 10-year protection plan.
Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. You'll want to visit there when you need a new appliance. You can start online if you'd like, appliance-world.com, or drive on Neal Street before you get to the I-74 interchange. It'll be on the right-hand side. Go in. They'll say, may I help you? And you're off to the races. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, appliance-world.com.
You know, I just love going to a Cardinals game. It's me, Mom, Dad. When we're there, I even get along with my little brother.
Hey, you don't mean that.
I'm kidding. But we have so much fun. You're not playing video games. Mom's not rushing around. Dad's back from work. We're all together.
You're right, and usually I get to take home some pretty cool stuff.
That's why a Cardinals game has always been a family day for us.
Make sure and bring your family to Busch Stadium. Get your tickets at Cardinals.com. Kick off your summer at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals' 2019 season is filled with great matchups, including weekend series with the Cubs, a long-awaited visit from Albert Pujols and the Angels, interleague play against the Astros, and much more. The promotion schedule is packed with jerseys, bobbleheads, and lots of other great giveaways. There's something for everyone at Busch Stadium this summer. Get your tickets at Cardinals.com.
This is Cardinals Hall of Famer Willie McGee. Cardinal baseball. Time to fly.
Hulu's paying Tobin Heath, Carly Lloyd, Mallory Pugh, and other U.S. soccer stars a lot of money to do a new goal celebration called Hulu Has Live Sports. Why? It's simple. Because Hulu has live sports. You can watch the biggest games and sporting events like the Women's World Cup this summer on 60-plus top channels. No cable required. Plus, you can stream the entire Hulu library. Start your free trial of Hulu today. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com.
You know, you could get in there to University of Illinois Community Credit Union, get your $100 checking account started on me. I will provide the money to start that account for you. And you'll notice their environment and how nice Jade is and how fun it is to get it open. And then you have a $100 account and you didn't have to put any money in it. That's awesome. It's called free money.
Yeah.
Text in the word money, M-O-N-E-Y, 359-2255 if you are interested in receiving cash from me. You have to execute this in the next 7 days, and then tell me what you thought. It's a program where you spend my money, keep the stuff, and let me know what you thought. That's it.
I love the Partners Program.
359
Community Credit Union is located at First and Gertie and 5 Points in Urbana.
Yeah, really fun. Good people. 359-2255. Text in the word money right now. Here we go. Sports headlines.
It's a 7:15 start for Game 2 in that series against the Cincinnati Reds. St. Louis was beat yesterday. The final was 4-1. ESPN 93.5 with your Redbird recap.
Well, the game last night at Busch Stadium started off on the right foot, didn't it?
It did, with Matt Carpenter hitting a home run, leading off a game for the 24th time, clearing the fence. And from there, the Cardinals had nothing but zeros the rest of the way as they couldn't solve Luis Castillo. 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. He struck out 8 and walked 4. Got away with 4 walks. Amir Garrett worked a scoreless 7th. David Hernandez a scoreless 8th. Raisel Iglesias picked up his 12th save as Castillo went to 6-1. Iglesias retired the Cardinals 1 hit, 2 strikeouts in the 9th. And the Reds and Cardinals are 3-3 against each other in 2019.
We'll try it again tonight as Dakota Hudson gets the ball. He'll start for the Cardinals, and our pregame show for you is at 6:20 as Hudson will try to pick up his 5th win of the season. The Reds won it last night 4-1. Castillo, who's now 6-1.
Cubs win 6-3 over the Rockies. 7:05 start, heard on US 105.9. They beat the Rockies, making it the 8th straight win
Rockies had an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah.
They busted that last night. Here we go.
Javi can go to right center here. He's going to get some pitches up and out over the plate. He goes to right center. You may end up having one land in the bleachers.
Rizzo being held on by Murphy. The pitch. This one is hit to deep center field. It's gone! A long home run to straightaway center field by Javier Baez. Cubs lead 5-2 on the 2-run shot by the Magic Man.
And starting on Friday, it's a Cub Card Series from Wrigley, and we've got a bus going, leaving from the Taffy's parking lot, even though Taffy's isn't there anymore, in Champaign at 1 o'clock. If you'd like to check out that evening game at Wrigley on Sunday night, hit StevieJTravel.com for details. Chicago White Sox over Washington's Nationals. That final was 9-5. They've got a 12:05 start today. Speaking of the Rockies, since they're playing the Cubs, Jack Yelowitz is heading that way.
Yeah, he was picked. News Gazette's got all this information. First, Michael Massey. He goes at 109, which is in the 4th round. Baseline is $533,000 for that position.
Wow.
Everything is determined. But Jack Yelowitz goes
in the 10th round of the draft.
Yeah, a little later, and I'm not sure the money there. And then ex-Maroon Tanner Gordon, who pitched for John A. Logan Community College, transferred to Indiana University, had a breakout year, and he goes in the 6th round.
That's right, 187th overall selection.
Yeah.
Of course, there's 40 rounds in the MLB
Well,
draft,
you got Rookie League, Class A,
That's right.
Double A, Triple A. You got a lot to fill. And then these kids go out, and if they don't make it, then they don't make it. So it isn't easy. But for a guy like Michael Massey, who just didn't make errors, he was a Gold Glove second baseman and never made any mistakes. I mean, he had a back injury, was a DH for a while, and then he went to second base for the Atlanta and played I don't know how many games, never made an error. So he's a tremendous fielder. So good luck to the former Champaign and Illini people.
Yep.
For getting drafted.
NBA playoffs tied at a game apiece. Raptors and Warriors tonight.
All right. ESPN 93.5.
Jim Delaney, by the way, Big Ten commissioner, stepping down January 1st. Kevin Warren's got the tap.
Good morning.
It's our friend Steve Suderman, new location next to the driver's license thingy, DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Division of Motor Vehicles, I guess is what it is. All right, Steve Suderman, good vibes at Round Barn. How is it going?
Good morning, Stevie. It's another gorgeous day outside. We've got technicians out putting up antennas and putting up dishes and, you know, bringing you the best picture you can get on your TV. I think there's 4 different guys visiting 6 different houses and businesses today, so I think I'm here by my lonesome most of the day. That's good. That's good. If there's more of us out in the field than there are in the store, then we're taking care of more customers that way. So I kind of like that. You know,
I could come in and do a little floor work with you, and somebody will say, "How about that one?" I say, "Sure, just take it. That's fine, Steve."
Yeah.
What do you got? You got the theater set up yet?
We have the theater set up, and we got 2 versions. We've got the traditional, the big speakers, the big subwoofer, the powerful amplifier, and then the stealth system that just melts into the wall. It's all invisible, and we didn't paint it to match the walls, but we could make it completely invisible if we did that. Come see it, come hear it. It's awesome. It's 4K, and it sounds fantastic. Just what a thing for Father's Day. I think there's a lot of dads out there that might like the gift of sound.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't go wrong with something like a Sonos Wi-Fi streaming speaker or wireless headphones or noise-canceling headphones or sound bars. There's so many things that make sound. Subwoofers. Dads like sound. Dads like tunes. Dads like movies.
Well,
Father's Day is 2 weeks away.
They need to come in and see you. Again, your location?
We're at 2010 Round Barn Road, right next to the DMV.
All right, my friend. Keep her going. Way to go. Good to talk to you.
All right. Thanks, Stevie.
That's Steve Suderman. Good vibes. Again, Round Barn in Champaign, next to the Division of Motor Vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Father's Day, June 16th.
Yeah. Get something.
Yeah.
Dad. ESPN 93.5, 754.
Welcome to Do You Know Prairie Gardens? It's time for the final winner-take-all question for our 3 contestants. What are all the services and products Prairie Gardens offers?
Flowers?
Ooh, you're going to have to do better on that one.
Gardening?
Are you serious?
This is an easy one. Along with their garden center, they have a boutique, custom framing and furniture, as well as homemade wreaths, swags, and more. This isn't your grandma's Prairie Gardens.
Ding, 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 you win. Head on over to Prairie Gardens at Springfield and Duncan to see for yourself.
Yeah, I had a great steak visiting with Donnie at the Long Branch. I love the ambiance. I love the smaller town. You know it's good. And it was really, really good. I love steak, and they serve them up big time. Long Branch. I mean, it's worth the drive to Gifford. It's really, really, if you want a good steak, Donnie's got it going on, and he and his son will take care of you.
Hop in the car for dinner tonight. It's worth the drive to Long Branch Steakhouse. Long Branch Steakhouse, located on Main Street in downtown Gifford.
Hey, this is Stephanie Pratt, Cole Banker, the Real Estate Group, your realtor that rocks the real estate market. And my Rockin' Concert series continues with ESPN 93.5. On June 13th, we're heading to see my man Brett Michaels and his awesome band at Tailgate and Tallboys Kickoff Party on Peoria's Riverfront. Just listen to Tay and Carp weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 p.m. to text in and get qualified. You and a guest will ride in style along with my rockin' friends in a limo from Larry's Limousine Service. Go online and check them out at larryslimousine.service.com. This ticket includes stage-level VIP area and private baths, too, valued at over $500. It's my man Brett Michaels live in concert. Just listen to Tay and Carp to get qualified or get details today at StephaniePrattHomes.com. Rock on!
Your Urbana Park District wants you to enjoy the summer with great music and connect with your friends during Neighborhood Nights presented by OSF Healthcare. Each Wednesday this summer will feature great local music in one of our parks. Bring your lawn chair or even a picnic dinner. Spend a great evening outside listening to rock, folk, country, jazz, and bluegrass music. Concerts begin at 6:30 each Wednesday. We'll provide free popcorn, lemonade, and water. Join us June 5th at Anita Purvis Nature Center for Love Song. It's an Urbana Park District tradition. Join us Wednesdays this summer for Neighborhood Nights.
You're there?
Yes, I am.
Anita Purvis Nature Center celebrating 40 years. You're there tonight to introduce?
I am. The music starts at 6:30, although because of the 40th anniversary celebration off Broadway near Crystal Lake Aquatic Center, they also have some hiking starting at 6 at Busey Woods with a naturalist who's going to point out different things that happen in Busey Woods. I just love hiking there. That's one of Aiden and I's favorites.
Okay. Well, let's just do what we did last week. You go find Diane tonight. There'll be people there.
I know.
So, first person to come up to you and say the secret word. I'm making this up as I go.
I can tell.
The secret word is bowling.
Okay, I love it.
So, if the first person to find Diane tonight at Anita Purvis Nature Center to say bowling, and if you're the first person to say that to her, just bowling, you'll get $50 to Old Orchard.
And last week, Darren came on up.
Yeah.
And he has roots in Farmer City, works for Blager Concrete. I appreciate him listening to us.
Okay.
Big fan of the show.
Darren can't win. He won last week. So Darren, gets your...
The little girl came up and said, "Is a secret word, please?" And I gave her a pass to swim for free.
Well, there you go.
District.
But bowling is your key word.
Thank you.
Tonight. Anita Purvis Nature Center, find Diane. First person gets $50 to Old Orchard.
We love our winners on ESPN 93.5.
Just because. Okay, the news will be coming up. Rachel Sutherland, Fox News Nation reporter. She'll chime in. Our legal expert, Wendy Patrick, also up next hour. The U.S. Open, Pebble Beach in Northern California. Charlie Danielson, Thomas Peters, Luke Guthrie, and Nick Hardy.
Nice.
4 former Illini all playing in this thing.
From soccer practice to home improvement projects, your days are busy. Busey understands. That's why we offer innovative solutions to keep your financial life in order. With Busey's mobile app, deposit checks, transfer funds, and pay bills, whether you're in the boardroom or at the ballpark. Visit Busey.com or stop by one of our many convenient locations for solutions to your banking and wealth management needs. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Lon, can you help me with some gift ideas for Father's Day?
Well, of course I can, Hans. I mean, I know you respect me and look up to me like a work dad. So what's up?
I don't know about that, but I need some ideas for my real dad, Lon.
Oh, well, listen, Hans, you should try a new polo, maybe a Nike hat from Game Day Spirit.
Thanks, Lon.
Shop at Game Day Spirit for the perfect gift for your dad, husband, or grandpa, and get 20% off any regular price polo and buy one, get one half off all regular priced hats. Only at Game Day Spirit on Neal and Kirby and on campus at the corner of 6th and Green.
Hello, my name is Austin Birkland. Back in the summer of 2003, my family's home had its roof blown off during some horrific straight-line winds. My family had a difficult time finding the right contractor to come take care of this situation. I wish Freedom Roofing was around back then to take one worry off the backs of my parents.
I'm Kurt Kaiser, owner of Freedom Roofing and Construction. I promise if you had the storm damage, we'll be there to fix or repair your roof, and we'll do it honestly. Find me at freedomchampaign.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Paying tribute 75 years later. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A ceremony on BBC in Portsmouth, England, from where Allied forces launched that D-Day World War II invasion. President Trump read a prayer. Then President Roosevelt said back then on the radio,
"We know that by thy grace and by the righteous of our cause, our sons will triumph."
Then the president met with some D-Day survivors. Fox's Rachel Sutherland monitoring live from Washington.
Dave, about 300 D-Day veterans were at the commemoration. The President, First Lady, the Queen, and Prince Charles shook hands and greeted them.
It was terrible. It was a terrible day. Great honor. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Next, the President heads to Ireland for his first visit as President, where there's a planned meeting with the Prime Minister. Tomorrow, he heads to France. The President expected to visit Normandy on the 75th anniversary of the invasion before holding bilateral meetings with President Emmanuel Macron. Dave.
Rachel, early this morning, the president tweeted he's not bluffing on his plan to start imposing tariffs on Mexico next week. He also called Chuck Schumer a creep after the Senate's Democratic leader said the president will back off when he sees what a dumb move he's made. Now, some Republicans also oppose the tariffs, but not Senator Lindsey Graham.
Tariffs will create economic problems, but the border is a complete, utter disaster. I'd hate to be the Republican that took Mexico's side on this deal if they won't help us.
Scott Peterson, former sheriff's deputy in Florida, ordered held on $102,000 bail. He's facing 11 charges, including child neglect, for not taking action to stop last year's high school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Peterson had said he didn't know where the shots were coming from.
He never went in the building. He's a liar, and I hope that he serves the rest of his life in a prison cell.
That's Hunter Pollock. His sister Meadow was one of the 17 murdered that day. This is Fox News.
All money managers might seem the same, but while some give their clients cookie-cutter portfolios, Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to your goals and needs. Some only call when they have something to sell. Fisher calls regularly, so you stay informed. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. So if you're in or nearing retirement, talk with us and find out why investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments. Clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
While President Trump remains focused on stopping illegal immigrants coming in, House Democrats have passed a bill to extend legal status to immigrants brought here illegally as kids.
The American Dream and Promise Act would give millions of dreamers 10 years of legal status with a path to citizenship with education or military service. The legislation also extends temporary protections for refugees fleeing war and natural disasters.
Who are American in every way, raising families, starting businesses, contributing to our communities, fighting in our wars over decades.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and every other House Democrat voted yes. All but 7 Republicans voted no, arguing the legislation would also apply to dangerous criminals. Senate Republican leaders are unlikely to consider it. The White House has issued a veto threat. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A Florida sheriff's deputy was wounded last night in Brevard County, responding to an argument between 2 neighbors about cats. One of them opened fire on the deputy, who shot back, killing him, and that deputy told the sheriff before going into surgery, "I won." Nobody became a mega millionaire overnight. There was no winner in last night's drawing, so...
The Mega Millions jackpot grows to an estimated $530 million, but as more people clamor for a chance at more than $500 million, you can bet it will get bigger. In North Carolina, Charles Jackson Jr. says he got his winning Powerball numbers from his 8-year-old granddaughter.
We always give her the fortune cookies. And I said, save the fortunes for me, and I can look at the numbers on the back of them. I want to play them, and that's where they came from.
Those fortune cookie numbers won Jackson last week's Powerball jackpot worth nearly $345 million. Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
On Wall Street, there could be more gains. Stock futures are rising the day after the Dow and the NASDAQ both surged more than 2%. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Construction costs for school projects are over budget. WCIA says the estimate for the school referendum is up by at least $27.5 million. School leaders say taxpayers won't have to cover that overage. They are looking at other money to cover it. School leaders say there are so many construction projects happening at one time in the area, so it's a tough climate for presenting bids. The cost for Edison Middle School project has gone up by $10.1 million. Central High School is up by $9.2 million, and the cost for Centennial High School is up by $8.2 million. If you felt like we were really getting a lot of rain last month, records show you were right. State climate experts say Illinois had the 3rd wettest May on record. Preliminary average statewide precipitation during May was 8.4 inches. That's 3.8 inches above the long-term average. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
When servicing your vehicle, Midas covers you with ASC certified technicians installing the right parts at a competitive price. Owner and manager Dave Peters' crew has the skill to save you time and money on repairs. Quality services standard at your Urbana Midas store, ensuring your satisfaction. Get an oil change, engine and transmission work, brake service, tires and alignment, batteries, and of course, mufflers and exhaust. See Midas for manufacturer's scheduled maintenance for all makes. Service? It's spelled M-I-D-A-S. They're on West University, Urbana.
My name is Brandon. I am a manager of tire sales at Firestone Complete Auto Care. When you come here to get service, we're going to take care of your car. Because you take care of your car is going to take care of you.
Come in for the Firestone Complete Auto Care Epic Sales Event and save $100 when you spend $500 or more. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Valid June 6th through June 9th. The exclusions apply. Not be combined with other offers. Additional fees may apply where lawful. See store for details.
Now's the best time of year to save more with Mahindra tractors, and it all starts with zero. Pay $0 down and 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. Hurry and save more on Mahindra today.
Awesome Machine Sales and Rental in Savoy and Tuscola, and online at awesomemachines.net. Simply awesome.
Now through June 13th, see us or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
Are your carpets filled with memories, as well as stains, odors, and a few other things? The Home Depot makes replacing that carpet easy, with more styles and colors to choose from, and free installation done by licensed local professionals backed for life. Today is the day for doing, with free carpet installation done right, guaranteed. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. $699 minimum purchase required. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Offer valid through June 16th, 2019.
Stevie J Travel presents the Cubs-Cardinals bus trip, Sunday, June 9th to Wrigley Field in Chicago.
I mean, nothing compares to Wrigley. Best rivalry in all of sports.
The day of fun includes round-trip motor coach to and from the game and your game admission ticket. The bus leaves Champaign at 1 o'clock, getting you to Wrigleyville in plenty of time for first pitch at 6:05. You won't want to miss this great rivalry matchup.
Cubs win! Cubs win! And a Redbird winner!
To reserve your seats, go to StevieJTravel.com and click on the Cubs-Cardinals day trip link. Stevie J Travel, where do you want to go?
Yeah, going to Wrigley Field Sunday night, I know that. Here you go, ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
90% chance of showers late today, otherwise some clouds and sunshine. We've got a high 88, low 65. 85 the high tomorrow, down to around 64. Some clouds in the forecast. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine as we wrap up the week Friday with a high 83. We're currently at 73 on ESPN 93.5.
Well, all right. Good to have you along. It is Wednesday morning, June 5th. ESPN 93.5. We have the great distinction and honor of dining with Mike and Diana Ditka last night at Ditka's Restaurant in Chicago for the triplets' 22nd birthday. Even though Gracie was not there, he was at Young Life Camp north of Vancouver serving for the summer at non-denominational Christian organization Young Life. And we did talk to Grace via the phone, which felt good. And she'll be making her way to Marion coming up next week to give away her Miss Illinois crown in the Miss America organization. So it'll be good to be with Grace next week down in Marion as she waves goodbye after winning 3 crowns in Illinois in our Miss America organization. It's our friend Rachel Sutherland. How are you?
I'm great, Stevie J. How are you?
Well, good to have you back. She's ace reporter Rachel Sutherland at Sutherland Fox. She's in the D.C. Bureau. Bob Mueller. Wow. So what do you got? Anything new?
Yeah, the House Judiciary Chairman, Democrat Jerry Nadler, is ready to issue a subpoena for the former special counsel, even though he made it clear during that press availability, if you want to call it that, statement, that he had no intention about, talking about the Mueller report any further, that he was just done. But I don't know if he would defy a subpoena, and he's made it clear that if he comes in, he'll practically be reading from his report.
Well, I mean, the Republicans have questions here now, too. I mean, it was, he's the best guy ever. Then the report came out. Then he was the worst guy ever and quit getting invites to the Democratic Party. So then he had to come do that. Now he's getting invited again. Now there's subpoena. This is so confusing.
Well, it is. And Republicans do have questions about how the Russia probe got started. Yeah. But I think that if, I can't speak for Bob Mueller except for having read his report. I think that he would say that there were, deep concerns about Russian interference. Volume 1 outlines a pretty sweeping plan to try to interfere in elections and really infiltrate the Trump campaign. Of course, no broader conspiracy was proved. So he would probably talk about that, but Republicans will have questions about, well, why didn't he look at the Steele dossier, which was compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele through Fusion GPS, the firm here in D.C. There are claims that Democrats paid for that. So he may get questions about that if he were to show up, but I don't know if he'd answer them, because I don't know if he was tasked with looking into that. We know that the Inspector General at the Justice Department is due out with a report on potential FISA court abuses, and there's a prosecutor up in Connecticut looking into all of these claims.
Yeah. Well, never a dull moment in Washington, D.C. You just wake up every day saying, what's up today? And there's always something. That's
right.
For sure. Rachel Sutherland, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's Rachel Sutherland at Sutherland Fox. No relation to Kiefer. Okay, 812 ESPN 93.5. Check your sports headlines coming up.
Imagine a perfect world. A world where your face doesn't have a blemish. A world where you don't hit a red light. A world where the Wi-Fi always works. A world with a perfect green lawn with no weeds. Wake up. We don't live in that perfect world, but Spring Green can turn that perfect lawn dream into a reality. With personalized service, the best products, and more, Spring Green is the best lawn care option in Central Illinois. Let them give you a quote. Just go to spring-green.com or give them a call at 359-2111.
At Honda BMW, they believe in letting you make the choice when you're ready. And now you don't even need to come into their award-winning dealership to buy your car if you don't want to. Just go to drivechampaign.com. Click on the type of vehicle you're interested in and look to the right-hand side of the page. It says Express Purchase. That means you can buy a car on your computer right now, only at the award-winning Honda BMW Express Purchase. Go to drivechampaign.com.
Spring is here and it's time to golf at Stone Creek. My name is Becky Beach. I'm the PGA golf professional at Stone Creek Golf Club. This year we are celebrating our 20th anniversary with golf course and golf shop specials. Please stop by our fully stocked golf shop for all of your Stone Creek and Fighting Illini apparel. To reserve a tee time for our championship golf course, please call us at 217-367-3000 or book a tee time online at stonecreekgolfclub.com. We look forward to seeing you during our 20th anniversary celebration. See you soon.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Will Kane.
Not only is free agency dictating the future of that franchise as far as its front office in the next 3 to 4 years, but potentially dictating whether or not LeBron James stays in L.A. LeBron James should want out of L.A. if they strike out this summer. He could tell himself, I'm going to saddle up one more year with the young guys. Maybe Anthony Davis comes a year from now. But you know what else could happen? Anthony Davis gets traded. Maybe he gets traded to the Knicks, where he's in contention. I mean, L.A. hasn't exactly done a wonderful job of these long-term plans. Why all of a sudden you think a year plus out, don't worry, the cavalry's coming, we're going to get Anthony Davis? What besides LeBron James? Which domino after that has really fallen? Why do you think that domino is for sure? So yes, I believe LeBron James should want out of L.A.
Get more from Will Kane today from 3 to 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News, or on the ESPN app.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts, you can get $25 or more off brand new DeWalt power tools by trading in your old ones. You know, those worthless tools you never use anymore? Yeah, those dusty things can actually save you at least $25 on new DeWalt power tools. Not so worthless after all. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 6/30/19.
Pros know getting the next job means doing this one right. Lowe's is here to help by stocking more of the brands you trust, like DeWalt, GAF, and Owens Corning. We stock the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer. And now you can save $140 and get a 4-pack of DeWalt 20-volt max batteries for just $159. Plus, get 20% off in-stock GAF or Owens Corning shingles every day when you purchase by the pallet. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 6/9. Selection varies by location, U.S. only.
Here's your quick sports headlines. ESPN 93.5. It is 8:15.
Cincinnati beat St. Louis 4-1 yesterday. We've got a game starting at 7:15 here on ESPN 93.5. Your home for the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll hear on US 105.9 the Cubs-Rockies series continuing. 7:05 start tonight. Cubs beat the Rockies 6-3 yesterday, putting a defeat to their 8-win streak that they had going on. Go Chicago. Chicago White Sox over the Washington Nationals. That final was 9-5. They've got a game at 12:05. Some Illini represented in the MLB draft. Michael Massey gone to the Kansas City Royals. Jack Yalowitz, Colorado Rockies. Tanner Gordon, a Central graduate, moves on to the Atlanta Braves. There's a new head of the Big Ten. Jim Delaney stepping down January 1st after 30 years. Vikings COO Kevin Wallen will be in charge now.
Pit crew. That's what I was thinking of. Jan Seeley, who is running the marathon. I saw you in Memorial Stadium, and you had your shades on and a headset, and you ran it was like a pit crew at Indianapolis 500. It was amazing. How did you? I mean, that takes an enormous amount of work.
Well, this is a lot of really smart people, and Mike, all of us. You know, we've been doing it for a long time, so there should be some skill at this point.
Well, you got it. Jan Seeley's here. Anna Shapaw is here, State Farm. Nice to see you.
Good morning, everyone.
Very active in our Mile with the Pines last year. You will be again.
Yeah, I'm excited to be there.
You're happy to help the University of U of I, the CU School Foundation.
Yes.
That's part of your motivation.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to help the kids, right? And if we can make it fun, I think this year we're sponsoring a traveling trophy between the schools, where the school with the most kids that participate will get this really big, loud, and proud trophy that's going to say their name on it, and we'll kind of carry on from school to school from year to year. So I'm super excited to be a part of it.
And not just the students at the schools, but staff and administrators. Yeah, so there's now a question when you register online, or if you do it with a paper registration that says, what school are you part of as a teacher, student, or administrator? And we'll track all that, and we'll present the traveling trophy. Yeah.
All right, so people do not know what Mile at the Pines is. What is it, Jan?
Yep, Mile at the Pines is this cool concept that the team from the Christie Clinic Illinois Marathon came up with 3 years ago. This is our third annual. It's a series now of 10 separate mile races. Sunday, July 14th, starting at 6 p.m. out here at the Pines. The route is actually on Philo Road. We close it at both the north and south ends, and we run each heat back to back to back. They're roughly 10 to 15 minutes apart. So all the 17 and under girls head down basically to Philo and Curtis, and they run north. And so there's a race, a mile for every age, gender. We added, as you talked about last week, we've added a stroller wave. So you can't be in it unless you're pushing a stroller. And one of your colleagues just asked me, could I bring my dog stroller? I'm like, I think you can. As long as the dog stays in the stroller.
How fast can you run a mile with a stroller?
Well, that's sort of how it started. Mike knows somebody who's super fast pushing his kids with the stroller. We have to make sure they're strapped in. But so there's heats for young people, for masters runners, and we end with the elite male and female mile, and then post race and pre race all out here at the Pines. We'll have great food, Riggs beer, food from Meyer, pizza. I mean, it's just
great time.
It's a great time.
And Anna, you were busy. You handed out a lot of things, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't take much to get me excited, and the energy that this race had last year just got me really fired up. And so we were handing out bags and water bottles, and we had cowbells, and we were cheering people on. It was really just a great family fun event.
Yeah, and that raises the point that we tried to involve many of the businesses out here at the Pines, and Anna is one of our newest sponsors. Excellent. And so we've got Red Bicycle Ice Cream and Casa Del Mar, and you guys, of course, and it's the Atkins Group who's behind all of this. So it's a way of just all coming together, and you can still register, of course. mileatthepines.com. Okay. Just click the register button. It's $20. You get our huge beach towel as the commemorative thing. We finalizing that design.
What was the fastest time last year?
Just under 5 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. That's really, really, really fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah.
Anna ran about a 5.5, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. In my car, maybe.
I was talking to Ed Maynard over at Red Bicycle because he's going to be on next week with us, and he's got a couple of kids. I think he's tapped into the uni cross country market.
He's recruiting
for his and I was talking to him yesterday. He's got a couple of girls who can go sub 6.
All right,
so
we might
great.
Have to step up the ante on that. I'm going to see who I can recruit in my office.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Anna Champaw is here at State Farm. Jan Seeley, we appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for being part of this, Anna.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon. You betcha.
Have a great day.
All helping out the Champaign-Urbana Schools Foundation, mileatthepines.com.
All right, ESPN 93.5. Check your Fox Business Minute coming up.
Let us get to know you like we know this community. From football fields to cornfields. If you share the community spirit, come see why you and I belong together. U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community. From humble beginnings and small victories, you've got a fighting spirit, and we're your biggest fan, working to help you keep more of your money. Come see why you and I belong together. U of I Community Credit Union for campus and community.
New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline is engineered with 4 levels of defense against gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. It's sort of like having ninjas protect your engine. That helps keep your engine running like new. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. It's fuel for thought in engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline.
Jeremiah 29:11 states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." What a comfort we have in this passage as the Lord is telling Jeremiah, I care for you and will take care of you. If you are in despair and think you have no hope, pray to the Lord and ask Him for His blessings, guidance, and protection. See how your life can be changed in the lives of those around you. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
From the Fox Business Network, there's a disappointing reading on the job market for May. Payroll company ADP says private employers created just 27,000 new positions last month. Small business employment actually declined. By industry, construction, manufacturing, and mining were among businesses hiring fewer workers. The Labor Department reports the monthly employment report on Friday. Lower interest rates have translated into more people applying for mortgages. The Mortgage Bankers Association says mortgage applications expectations increased last week. Mortgage rates are at the lowest levels in nearly a year and a half. Vera Bradley is reporting a better-than-expected spring quarter. Though it lost money in the period, its comparable sales increased more than 5%. Chief Executive Robert Wallstrom says customers are responding to its innovative product and efforts to engage shoppers. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Fox Nation is the place for exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. New opinion shows from Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson, and Tommy Lahren you can only get by signing up for Fox Nation. Plus, the real stories behind the headlines. Documentaries on Chappaquiddick, Jimmy Hoffa, and more that you'll only find on Fox Nation. More of the opinion done right you crave? It's on Fox Nation. Documentaries and specials you can't get anywhere else? They're on Fox Nation. So go to foxnation.com today and sign up now for Fox Nation. Opinion done right now.
Welcome into reviews. This episode we are focusing in on Luther Falls. Carol gave a 5-star review and said this: I've worked with Luther on several projects over the years. My granite countertops have been gorgeous every time. Cammy, who gave another 5-star review, said, I cannot say enough about the professionalism, dedication, workmanship, knowledge, prices, choices, and everything else about this lovely and ever-growing family business. They installed a custom bathroom, and we are repeat customers with our custom kitchen countertops this month. Give Luther Falls a shot if you're in the Bloomington or Champaign area. Just contact Luther Falls immediately. Go to the website remodelingchampaign.com.
Geico presents yet another voicemail from your roommate.
Hi. So, about the kitchen. Turns out when there's a grease fire, you're not supposed to throw water on it. Who would have known, right? Anyways, the fire department is here and it's totally cool. Give me a call back when you get a chance.
The Geico Insurance Agency could help keep your personal property protected, like if danger is your roommate's middle name. Visit geico.com to see how easy it is to switch and save on renter's insurance.
He revolutionized dining in Central Illinois forever. He's passionate about the cuisine he serves and brings creative ideas to the kitchen. Visit Naya and let Chef Thad Morrow take you on a journey that is both playful and traditional, with a pragmatic approach to simple preparation and an eye for detail in creating deep and complex flavors. This is Chef Morrow at his very best. Visit Chef Thad and his team at Naya on 212 East Green Street in Champaign. Naya, time-honored Asian cooking with bright, flavorful Italian dishes.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make good financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place, Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Yeah, last night I did fall off the wagon a little bit. Had some bites of dessert at Ditka's restaurant in Chicago.
And what was the dessert to
we had
lead you off the
banana
wagon?
cream pie.
Ooh.
And then some sort of ice cream with like Nestle's Crunch Bars on, something like that. Kind of grasshopper or something. And then there was blueberry cheesecake.
Ooh.
I mean, everything was so good. The wedge salad I had with blue cheese was awesome. Mm-hmm. Then the garlic mashed potatoes on top of a medium rare paddle steak with blue cheese melted underneath that.
Okay, I'm going to Ditka's this summer.
So nice.
That's a destination for me now.
And I couldn't finish it, so got Nathaniel and Christian up there in Chicago. So I said, "You guys are on your own up here. Take the steak."
There you go. Little doggy bag for them.
Won't last long.
Mm-hmm.
But so good. But, I knew we had to drive 2 hours home. I said, I just can't get in a coma. I can't go food coma.
You're right.
And it was, we got home at 12:31, so it was pretty late night, but we had such a good time. Mike's doing well. I thought he looked really good.
And you're right at 79. That is the correct age.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow. He's coming up the big 80.
Mm-hmm. In October.
I mean, some of the Mike Ditka quotes ought to be a little itty-bitty book.
Well, and when we had him on early in the time that we came together, Stevie, 10 years ago, nearly, he would say, "Shut up," I think.
Yeah, that's back when he doesn't say that anymore.
He doesn't get all worked up like that.
No, he does not. He doesn't know.
And that's fine.
Some of the great quotes, you get what you tolerate.
Yeah.
He has these isms that are very common sense. He said that, as you get older, there are more important things in life, like going to bed and waking up.
There you go.
Last night he said the waking up part's getting harder. But he looked good, and he's playing some golf. but not as much. When he's in Naples, they play every day, and he laments the fact that he just can't. I mean, the guy used to hit it over 300 yards. I saw him do it when he was 60-something. I said, well, Coach, getting it out there about 200? He says, no, I'm going farther than that. All right, well, then you probably got me beat. Anyway, fun last night for the triplets' birthday in Ditka's Restaurant in Chicago, Mike and Diana. Okay, 8:28.
Hey, it's Shane from Rosati's Pizza. Let's face it, I like to party, you like to party. Any party is better with Rosati's. So if you've got an office party, a birthday, or those graduation parties that are all coming up fast, call Rosati's. You choose the menu, pizza, pasta, chicken parm, whatever you need. We got it all covered. Send the invites out, call the family, call the friends, bring everybody over, but don't forget to call me, Shane at Rosati's, 328-2334, or come see me at 701 South Gregory in Urbana.
Discount travel sites say they have the best prices, but Hilton.com has the price match guarantee. Look me in the eye. If you find a better rate, they match it and take 25% off. Yeah, well, this is radio, so just stare at the radio. Hilton.com has the best prices. Pinky swear. Or, radio swear. Plus, you can choose your exact room and get free Wi-Fi. Cross my heart, stick a needle in my radio. Expect better. Expect Hilton.
Must be a Hilton Honors member. Applicable terms and conditions at Hilton.com. Pinky swear.
Okay, well, stop it.
Yes, it was. Thanks, John, for that text in. 359-2255.
But he also said, shut up, in that one press conference.
Exactly.
Steve Petratos with Horizon. You guys got a big event coming up.
We do. It's a pretty exciting weekend. We got the 3rd annual Horizon RC Fest in Monticello.
Diane going?
I am.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be there, I think, Saturday, 11 to 1.
Exactly.
And where are we going again?
So this is at Eli Field, and if you're not familiar with the Monticello area, it is behind the Train Museum, which most people, if you've done the Polar Express or anything like that, it's out there. So we'll have big signs and.
So it starts Friday night, goes into Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, 3 days this year. It's a 3-day radio control celebration. So obviously Horizon Hobby, local employer and manufacturer of radio control airplanes, cars, boats, helicopters, you name it. We're going to have it out there for, it's a family friendly event. Come in. It's free to spectate. If you're going to fly with us this year, is a little bit of a pilot registration fee, which is pretty standard, but there's a ton of stuff to do for free. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be music. There's going to be, you can try to fly an airplane.
Try me tents. I love that idea.
Yeah. It's letting people engage with the hobby, of radio control, letting them try everything. And we're going to have things out there. The Gravedigger experience is going to be out there. So a full-size Gravedigger monster truck. You can get in and do a simulator ride. We're going to have Stinger Motorsports, a desert racer, buggy, full-size race truck. We'll have a lot of cool things.
Nice. Okay, Eli Field in Monticello.
That's right, yep.
And again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday starting at 2 p.m., Saturday, I think at 9 a.m. until the end of the day. We'll have fireworks on Saturday night.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be free professional fireworks display. We'll have something called the Ring of Fire. We'll be flying airplanes through a big ring of fire.
Okay, cool.
It's a crazy year this year. We're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, it's in Monticello. Website?
HorizonRCFest.com.
Nice to see you, Steve. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Steve from Horizon Hobby. ESPN 93.5, big weekend. You're going to be out there when?
It's 11 to 1 for me, but I'll be out there a lot more than that because Aiden is totally into this.
Yeah, well, bring your sunglasses a little bit too, because if the sun is shining, it'll be bright skies. Awesome. Okay. Steve Petrato, Horizon.
RCFest.com.
Coming up. All right, ESPN 93.5. We're going to check your Fox News, local news, Jamie Monticelli, all just ahead.
Are your carpets filled with memories, as well as stains, odors, and a few other things? The Home Depot makes replacing that carpet easy, with more styles and colors to choose from, and free installation done by licensed local professionals backed for life. Today is the day for Do It, with free carpet installation done right, guaranteed. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. $699 minimum purchase required. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Offer valid through June 16th, 2019.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. A former sheriff's deputy who stayed outside during last year's school shooting in Parkland, Florida is arraigned this morning. Scott Peterson's charged with child neglect, negligence, and perjury. Florida Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Rick Swearingen.
We swear an oath to protect the public that we serve, and I think it says now that you will be held accountable. If you don't do your job, you will be held accountable.
17 people died in that shooting. Peterson remains in custody. Bail set at $102,000. His attorney says the charges are politically motivated. President Trump and Queen Elizabeth among the world leaders at a ceremony in Portsmouth, England, commemorating the D-Day invasion of World War II.
75 years ago, hundreds of thousands of young soldiers, sailors, and airmen left these shores in the cause of freedom.
The Queen in a program produced by the BBC. There's a ceremony in Normandy, France tomorrow. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. A fire badly damaged a home in Champaign yesterday afternoon. The fire started at the home on Foxwell Court. 2 people and a dog were inside when the fire started, but they're okay. WCIA says you could see the fire from blocks away. The fire started in the garage of the first home. It spread to the home next door, and a woman inside that home got out okay, too. Investigators are working to figure out exactly how that fire started. A scam warning from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. The News-Gazette says Sheriff Joshua Blackwell said a woman reported taking a call from a man who identified himself as Deputy Toby Marshall from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and said there was a warrant out for her arrest. The caller ID indicated the call did come from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and she was told to call another number to pay an amount with a direct transfer of money of $6,000 or she'd be arrested. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
See the showroom top, designer shop. Flooring surface is your first stop. Amazing selection, price and style. On hardwoods, laminates, carpet and tile. Low prices on high fashion. Step up the flooring that gets a wow reaction. See the showroom top, designer shop. Flooring surface is your first stop. Flooring surface is your first stop.
Golf season is finally here, and Willow Pond Golf Course in Rancho is the place to play. Willow Pond is starting the season off right with great rates. $25 on weekdays and $30 on weekends. The Willow Pond Senior Special is back this year. Golf Monday through Friday with a cart for just $20. Located on the historic Chanute Air Force Base, Willow Pond also offers excellent food and drinks at the 19th Hole Bar and Grill. Come out and play and see why Willow Pond is one of the top public courses in Central Illinois.
Summer is here and it's time to celebrate the season at Big Grove Tavern in downtown Champaign. The patio's open and they're serving up killer cocktails along with fresh lunch and dinner every day of the week and brunch each weekend. It couldn't be easier than lunch or dinner at Big Grove. Anytime you come, they'll validate parking in the Hill Street parking deck. Heading downtown for live music or a special event, everyone's welcome at Big Grove Tavern. Need a place to host a shower celebration or party this summer? Big Grove has private rooms for your next event. Big Grove Tavern, 1 East Main in downtown Champaign.
Are your carpets filled with memories, as well as stains, odors, and a few other things? The Home Depot makes replacing that carpet easy, with more styles and colors to choose from, and free installation done by licensed local professionals backed for life. Today is the day for Do It, with free carpet installation done right, guaranteed. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. $699 minimum purchase required. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Offer valid through June 16th, 2019.
Hi, it's Stevie J. When I needed a new roof, I called Roof Doctors. Actually called a lot of roofing companies to get estimates. But you know, I felt great talking to Randy. I felt that he was honest, reliable, and affordable, and I felt I could trust him. You know what? I was right. They did a terrific job. After they did my roof, I had them do my mom's roof. You know how much you have to like a company to recommend to your mom? With 30 years of experience and the best warranties, call today for a free estimate at 328-7529 or go to roofdoctorsco.com. Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Well, we have some clouds in the forecast today, but sunshine too. Humidity is a factor. We've got a high of 88 expected, 65 our low tonight. 82 the high tomorrow. Slight chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, some clouds. On Friday, we have a high of 80 expected. Showers could come our way late. Right now, the temperature's at 74. ESPN 93.5.
Yeah, this is the eve of D-Day, June 6, 1944, when the Allies stormed all those beaches. We were at Omaha Beach in Normandy, and it was Bayou is the town outside. It is an amazing trip if you want to go, but it's very much like a Pearl Harbor or something where, it's so historic, it's worth doing in your life for sure. And just to know how much sacrifice for the greatest generation, as they call the World War II veterans, and there's very few left. They're all 90-something.
Right, with it being the 75th anniversary.
Right? So, they could have been 18.
Right.
And, if they're 18 and 93, and, there were, I know the President Trump and the Queen and Prince Charles were talking to some survivors and people that had lived through and gone through that experience. But it's I'm so thankful that we were able to get there and to really see it and appreciate it and to really understand that first wave, and there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of allies ready to go. And Dwight David Eisenhower, who would later be our 34th president, but he was the general at the time in charge, he had to make the decision. It was his call whether the weather was going to but everybody was in place.
Right, that the weather was bad.
The weather was bad. It was blowing and stormy and everything else. And to just see the perspective of the Germans and the crossfire that they created, there was no chance. You were just going to have to use it with numbers, and that's what they did. First wave lost 90%. So sometimes we tend to forget in our very comfortable lives what went before us, and it's very much worth remembering this time. 75th anniversary of the turning point of World War II. For those that don't learn from history are destined to repeat history, and I fear that we are not real good at history. Particularly some of our young folks, I just don't have a lot of confidence in their understanding of it. Okay, there's some legal things we want to touch on this morning. We'll do that with our friend Wendy Patrick next.
The rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. They have never been showcased more than at Prairie Gardens in Champaign. You will see the red color rush petunias, that nice floral yellow blouse, the green succulents, the blue sectional couch that you can take home today, the indigo flower pots to make your yard pop, and the violet, well, violets. Immerse yourself in the rainbow that is Prairie Gardens, located at Springfield and Duncan.
It's our friend Wendy Patrick. How are you?
Good morning. Very good, thank you.
Where it is 6:40. Heck, it's middle of the day for you, 6:40 in San Diego, California. Always a pleasure to have you on. All right, the Boeing CEO says troubled 737 MAX jets should be flying by the end of the year. I'm sorry, but I don't have a lot of confidence in that one.
Yeah, a lot of people share your skepticism, particularly given the fact that this is a company that had suffered 2 crashes. Remember the Lion Air, that was just October, and then, of course, Ethiopian Air was March, within 5 months of each other. So now to hear that there are more problems with some of the parts, whether or not these planes get back in the air, I think one of the larger problems they have and the PR crisis they're currently battling is whether anybody's going to get on those planes. Now, I know some of your listeners may be thinking, hey, the safest time to fly is right after a plane has revamped its security procedures and replaced its parts. But there are plenty of other potential customers that are saying, you know what, I'm going to let that plane fly for about a year before I step foot on that. So yeah. I don't know whether or not the optimism is actually going to translate into reality or profit.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of concerns here of the 737 MAX jets. Virginia shooting, what do we know about that?
Well, what we don't know yet is a motive. It's one of those cases, and I know Mandalay Bay, we still don't have a motive for that one.
Yeah.
So it's not true that we always solve these mysteries, but we do know that this man that shot up his workplace actually had recently tendered the same day a resignation letter. But here's the adjective that's being used to describe that letter. Unremarkable, meaning there were no clues in that letter that would have tipped anybody off that he was about to do what he was going to do. But think how really crazy this is in retrospect, how frightening it would be to an employee if you knew someone was coming back with a gun, that knew the floor plan, that knew where everybody's individual offices were, that knew where the exits were, that maybe even knew that they did or didn't have an active shooter protocol. That is an advantage that somebody has when they return to a workplace they're familiar with.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean for us as listeners? We should make sure that regardless of where we work, that we know where the exits are in our own building, so that if, God forbid, somebody came in that had that advantage of knowledge, that we would nonetheless be able to get out of there before we started tackling this run, hide, fight analogy. Let's just be out of there before we even, once we hear the first shot, let's know how to exit that building the quickest.
Wendy Patrick, legal star. Finally, Baltimore Mayor Jack Young suggesting public boxing rings to end street beefs.
Okay, well, Stevie, if I was this man's lawyer, I probably would have asked him to phrase it a little differently. He wasn't so much promoting violence in the form of boxing as he was discouraging violence in the form of gun violence. This was in connection with the larger movement, Faith Up, Guns Down. It was done as a prelude to National Gun Violence Awareness Day on June 7th. And what he meant to say, and what he did say was, hey, let's lace up the boxing gloves and let's slug it out. Let's basically use that method of resolving disputes that might otherwise erupt into gun violence. That was his point. But he probably would have made the larger point that it would be the goal, the ultimate goal, to not have violence in any form be viewed as the solution to a problem. That's probably what he meant to say. But Stevie, you're right. The part that went viral is the boxing match. I don't know how it was when you grew up, but I remember the bike racks behind the school being the place where disputes were settled between the boys at the school. And it's kind of a throwback to that example of, well, that's at least better than people shooting each other. I think that's what he meant to say.
It is better than that. That's for sure. Wendy, always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Wendy Patrick live in San Diego this morning. ESPN 93.5, your sports headlines coming up.
Experience food, drink, and fun at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, West Springfield in Champaign. Stop in this spring and summer to enjoy bar specialties. From their famous Slugger Burger to their never-ending nachos to daily specials. Come be a part of the party. And whether you're cheering for the St. Louis Cardinals or the Chicago Cubs, cheer them to victory with a cold drink in your hand at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill. Food, fun, cold drinks, and a place to be this summer. Come be part of the party at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue, Champaign.
During warm weather, you need your AC to keep you cool. See your local CarX man right now for an air conditioning performance check starting at $29.99. At CarX Tire and Auto, we can handle everything your car needs from maintenance to repair and can get your air conditioning running perfectly just in time for summer. So don't sweat it. See your CarX man for his $29.99 air conditioning performance check. Visit one of our 12 CarX locations in Central Illinois, including Champaign and Danville.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
It's hard not to be a fan of a credit card that gives you more while saving you money every single day. The Illini Visa Rewards Card, available only through U of I Community Credit Union.
The Gong, an instrument used to start a sumo wrestling match. At My Computer Career, it celebrates the start of a student's new life as an IT professional and completion of a student journey focused on the result, getting you out of an unrewarding job and into an IT career in as little as 4 months, even with zero IT experience. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science, you know. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
All right, sports headlines at 14 before Jeremy Warner.
That's right. Cincinnati over St. Louis 4-1 yesterday. 7:15 start today. Heard on ESPN 93.5. Don't forget that Cub Card Series is coming up, and it's from Wrigley this weekend. If you want to go on Sunday, hit up the website StevieJTravel.com and find out about joining me on the bus trip to Wrigley. Cubs over the Rockies 6-3 yesterday. They've got a 7:05 start. You're here on US 105.9. Chicago White Sox over the Washington Nationals. That final was 9-5. They've got a day game today. 12:05 start. It was pretty cool to see our Fighting Illini officially in the 2 picks of the first 10 rounds, back-to-back years. Bryn Spillane and Joey Gerber drafted in the 3rd and 8th round, respectively, last year.
Michael Massey's the highest infielder ever.
Yes.
Drafted by the Major League Baseball.
In the 4th round yesterday as our second baseman, Michael Massey. And Jack Gallowitz is our outfielder that went on to the Colorado Rockies, Massey to the Kansas City Royals, and Central graduate Tanner Gordon. He's 6'5". He's a big boy.
He had a great year in Indiana.
Off to the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Our Big Ten commissioner is switching out. After 30 years, Jim Delaney steps down January 1st, 2020. And a Vikings chief operating officer, Kevin Wallen will take his place. He's 55, 21 seasons in the NFL, the last 14 in Minnesota. NBA playoffs tied at a game apiece. Raptors and Warriors will be going at it. NHL has their 2-2 series at Boston tomorrow. Go St. Louis Blues. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
GAF is akin to a dynasty in the roof game. 1 in 4 homes in America have GAF roofs. They're the best quality and America's favorite roof. Freedom Roofing is a GAF Master Elite certified roofing contractor, which means they are able to exclusively sell you the best quality roofing products and warranties from GAF. So don't be afraid to go online to freedomchampagne.com. Put in your info and you can get a quote on the latest and greatest in roofing technologies. That's freedomchampagne.com.
This is the time of year when you really want to tiptoe out of work a little bit early and have some drinks with some friends. Hula Hands is the perfect choice. Happy apps from 4 to 6 with their appetizers just under $4. And their daily drink specials are terrific all day on Sunday. Keep in mind, Sundays between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., their brunch menu is outstanding. Their classy atmosphere and quick, friendly service will keep everyone smiling. Hula Hands at 1st and St. Mary, just south of the State Farm Center.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive Little Blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/able. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/able. That's 4hims.com/able for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/able.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Up to 88. The humidity's a factor today and could bring that 90% chance of showers later. Low 65 tonight. 85 with the clouds tomorrow, down to 64. There's a chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Similar forecast, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine Friday, high 83, low 63. At this point, an 80% chance of showers late on Saturday, but highs around 83 Friday through Sunday. Right now, we're at 74 on ESPN 93.5.
You're watching your local teams. Why not drink the local beer? Scotty's Brewhouse on Neal Street in Champaign has you covered with local beer from Champaign and East Central Illinois. There is no better place to experience the local brewing experts than at Scotty's Brewhouse. From Riggs Beer Company, Distill, Triptych, Blind Pig, and Big Thorn Farms, Scotty's Brewhouse has it all covered. Scotty's Brewhouse at 2001 South Neal Street in Champaign.
Hi, I'm Diane Ducey, and I'm helping with the Tolono Fun Day Festival on the committee in my hometown. We could use volunteers before the Tolono Twilight Trek 5K, Friday night, June 28th, or the parade on June 29th at 11, the fireworks show that last Saturday in June at 9:20. If you could do a 3-hour shift driving our 8-passenger golf cart shuttle, maybe lining the routes, selling golf cart raffle tickets, or helping collect fireworks donations, reach out on our Tolono Fun Day Facebook page or email tolonofunday@yahoo.com.
A lot of recognitions and kind of commemorating the 75th landing of the beaches, Normandy, turning point of World War II, 75 years ago. Pretty significant to understand where everybody was. We had 160,000 young men storm those beaches on that day. 16 million people served in World War II. And by 2024, only 100,000 will be alive. So there's dwindling. So if you know somebody from World War II, they're not very common anymore because just getting old.
Right.
But, a big event. Operation Overlord was the official name of it.
Okay.
And it was, of course, before so much technology. So we could kind of fake out the Germans because some of their reconnaissance stuff we faked out and had different tanks in different places, and they never saw this coming. And so it was a brilliant plan that worked, and they're commemorating that today. Queen of England, Prince Charles. How old is Prince Charles?
Okay, I can Google.
His mom's 93, so chances are he's 70?
At least.
He's, she'd be only 23 if I'd say 70.
Okay.
And is he got next? He's supposed to.
Right.
But
he's 70 on the nose. You're right.
So he'd be next, but Will and Kate I know are very popular.
Yes.
I think they're still popular over there. They're way more, and Harry's way down there because it'd be Will and Kate's kids over Harry. So you got to follow this old British family thing.
Yes, you do.
And know where they go. And
the royals.
The royals, as they say. But the Queen, I think she was coronated in, 1952 or something.
Yes, that's right.
1952. And there's pictures with her with how many presidents? Every single one of them.
Right.
So Queen of England hung in there pretty well. And she looks amazing. 93.
Agreed.
Making speeches.
Uh-huh.
Can I be making a speech when I'm 93, please?
She keeps moving. She's walking the dogs.
Yep. Well, she like corgis.
Corgis. I love it.
All right. That'll be about it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Do this again. Jeremy Warren will be coming up. We talk more about Illinois draft picks. Also, the U.S. Open with the 4 qualifiers from the University of Illinois Mike Small program. Mm-hmm. Charlie Danielson played for Coach Small. So did Luke Guthrie. So did Nick Hardy. And so did Thomas Peters.
Wow. 119th U.S. Open.
And it's Pebble Beach, man. That's awesome.
That is.
Luke Guthrie told his wife it's probably going to cost us $1,000 a night, but it's a U.S. Open.
Right.
Anyway, and Mike Small's playing in a Champions Tour event, and that to me, having been so involved in golf and understanding golf a little bit, is stunning. Nobody really knows that. Oh, he's playing in a tournament. That's great. You don't understand it. You need to practice. As far as I'm concerned, you need to practice to be pretty good at golf. He apparently doesn't need to do that, which is just, come on, man.
Got the muscle memory going on.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, enjoy the day.
It's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Meet you on the radio in the morning. Thank you, and have a great Wednesday.
It's time for some Dad's Day jokes brought to you by Game Day Spirit.
What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Because players kept dribbling all over it.
Dads are the best. They may not have the best jokes, but they deserve the best gear this Father's Day, and you'll find it at Game Day Spirit. Right now at Game Day, get buy one, get one half price on all regular price hats and 20% off any regular price polo. Happy Father's Day from Game Day Spirit, where we'll laugh at all your dad jokes.
You have heard lions and tigers and bears, oh my, but what about dandelion, creeping Charlie, and crabgrass, oh my? These weeds can be destructive forces on your lawn. When figuring out the troublesome weeds, you need a respectable company that will give you the attention it needs. Spring Green is that company. Spring Green's lawn service program includes personalized lawn care, a mid-season checkup, and a civilized and transparent process. To check it out, go to spring-green.com or call 359-2111.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/able. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/able. That's 4hims.com/able for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/able.
As you drive to your vacation destination, you are assured of a trip filled with great memories of your adventures. That's because you came to Midas for a road trip pre-check. Dave and his crew in Urbana inspected and repaired your vehicle in advance for brakes that stop, a transmission that keeps you going, shock absorbers and struts for a smooth ride, an engine tuned for your best mileage and power, and the air conditioning to keep it cool. Nothing beats a secure feeling you get from Midas Tire and Auto in Urbana. Enjoy the scenery and family time knowing that Midas is with you all the way. For over 80 years, Durst Cycle has been serving Champaign-Urbana with the best information, service, and product. Durst Cycle in Champaign and Urbana.
I think the biggest thing is just comfort. I stood next to the bicycle. I got on the bicycle. I rode the bike around in their parking lot. I felt comfortable walking out the door with it. Oh, they were great. I mean, from the time I walked in the door, they acknowledged me and they stuck with me the whole entire time until I found what I wanted.
Durst Cycle and Fitness on Madison Champaign and on West University in Urbana.
Imagining a better bank starts with looking at the savings rates most banks offer and saying, really? Capital One is building something better. You can open a Capital One savings account with one of the nation's best savings rates from anywhere. Like here, or here, or here. One of the nation's best savings rates. Opened online at a Capital One location or from anywhere. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
We checked out the reviews of the Illini Inn, now fully renovated in Campustown at 4th and Daniel. Here's what stuck out. Best TVs you can see from any angle. Fast service, nice staff, and it's still the Inn. Check out the Illini Inn, an Illinois tradition for students and townies since 1970. Serving cold drinks and a full menu, the Illini Inn, 4th and Daniel, Champaign.
What do you want people to know about you? Detective Dave Griffith, our law enforcement official of the month with the Champaign Police Department, and your men and women that put it on the line every day.
I honestly don't believe that the majority of people in our listening area understand or comprehend that, we have an enormous amount of people who truly love and care for their community and do good things. Not only that, but they're in a court circuit that is regarded as having a higher standard than many court circuits in other areas of the state and the country. So for personnel to have to operate in that kind of environment and be successful kind of shows how much effort our people put into things. And I believe that I would speak for every other law enforcement personnel in the county that would say thank you for taking the time every month to recognize someone and learn something new about.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.